Hello, welcome to the Focus Show. Today I am your host, Donovan Crowder, and we have a special guest, real estate broker from Newport News, Charles Holloway. Welcome to Focus Show. How are you
Thank
doing
you.
today?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
I'm great. I'm doing amazing. Every day is an opportunity to get better.
All right, that's what's up. First off, I just want to ask, start this off, how would you describe yourself personally and professionally and what you do?
Well, I always say that personal and professional mirror because you are who you are, right? Your DNA shows up. So I'm just a ball of energy, energetic. I don't meet any strangers. The moment that I make eye contact with you, I feel like I know you, and I treat everybody like family, right? So sometimes you just never know what a person going through throughout the day. So you may be that touch of heaven, so you got to make it count. So people always say, well, what do you do? I make friends every day for a living, and I enjoy doing just that.
All right,
So that's it.
that's
Ain't a whole lot to me.
that makes sense. Yeah, that's wonderful. You know what I'm saying? It's smart to do that. You know what I'm saying? Get you out there. What inspires you to pursue a career in real estate, and how has it shaped you so far?
Well, at the time, I was working for Verizon Wireless, and I was a part of the busiest store in Washington, Baltimore, and Virginia. And what happened was I was working at these stores, helping them resurrect, get better, and I kept getting passed up for a promotion because I didn't go out and drink and do all the other stuff that other people were doing.
Right.
And there was one last promotion that I thought I should have got. I got passed up on it. And I was reading a book by Robert Kiyosaki, and it said, never let all your income come from one source. That book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And at that time, I got so frustrated. I was like, you know what? I saw a class where you get your real estate license in 3 weeks. I was like, you know what? I'm about to be this serial investor, flip houses and all that good stuff.
Right.
So I got licensed in 3 weeks. Well, I took the class and finished the class in 3 weeks. 2 more weeks I got licensed. So 5 weeks altogether. And then the rest became history. I thought I was going to start it and do it part-time. And it just metamorphed that I realized that here it is, people are trusting me with the largest decision of their life, and they didn't have my undivided attention. So people always say, you remember the day you was born, the day you die. I remember the day my life changed. It was July 9th, 2013.
Wow.
I went full-time in real estate. And I said, I just asked God 3 simple things. I said, God, if you give me something where I can spend more time with you, spend more time with my family, and make it a significant impact, I serve you forever. And God is my homeboy. Jesus is my homeboy. He knocked off all 3 of them things. Yep. Boop, 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 gone.
Yeah, those things are really important, especially when you want to do the things that you do and you try to, you need a miracle in your life.
Absolutely. And God showed up. Won't he do it?
Yes, sir.
Won't he will?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
What are some ways that you have given back to Hampton Roads community, and why is it so important to you?
I'm only going to answer this question because you asked me.
Okay.
But normally I believe when you do good work and you help people, you do it from a genuine place. So I don't do these things for recognition. So normally it's just however God leads us to do certain things. I call myself Uncle Charles. I'm everybody's favorite uncle. So I love kids. I love bright minds. I think every kid, me being a product of Newport News, Virginia, I remember certain teachers coming up to me and people seeing a likeness in me, seeing something in me that I didn't see in myself. So I feel compelled to pay it forward.
Right.
So a lot of the stuff I do actually goes back to my childhood. So when I was younger, I went to Achievable Dream. So every year we do Read Across America at Achievable Dream. I'm a big football enthusiast, so we sponsor the Tidewater Dogs every single year, a partnership with them. We just did Virginia Red Baseball League. We do gymnastics. If there's a cause around kids, we do it. I'm also soft for women that have been victims of domestic violence. So the Natasha House, the Mitchfield House, this past year we did a feeding for all the homeless in the city of Newport News because we understand that was a need. So we do a lot of things, and I know I'm forgetting something, but the truth of the matter is, to whom much is given, much is required.
Of course.
And I always tell people an analogy like this, it's simple, right? And I'll give it to you. When you leave your hand open, right, not only can more come in and you leave it open to freely give, more can come in, right?
Right.
But some people get success and they do this. Well, the problem is you hold on to what you have, but you don't give it to nobody else, but you also cut your cord of getting more. So the Holloway experience, we're going to always be like this, right? It's a ministry. Some people take the pulpit. I ain't T.D. Jakes. My ministry is real estate. So we just try to do good by people.
That's great.
Long answer.
You're right. That's incredible. That's great. Can you share a story about your work in real estate that impacted your family or community in a meaningful way?
I think it was Alan Johnson is my mentor, and he had a conversation with me one time. He said, Charles, how many houses did you put on the market that you should have brought? And I was like, what do you mean, big brother? And he was like, you put houses on the market that you should have brought. You don't get rich doing real estate. You get rich by the deals that you make along the way. And I was like, wow. He said, you should always go in as the buyer, and then you list any properties that you don't want. So that year, man, I'll never forget it. He told me that, and I said, you know what? I went on a tear. I brought 5 houses that year.
Wow.
And it was crazy because I'll never forget it. Missed the day. I went to him. It was a family home. Mm-hmm. His father had passed away. He had 2 properties. One was a condo and one was a single family house. And he was ready to sell the condo.
Right.
But the sister, who was living with the dad up until he passed, said she didn't want to stay in the house, too many memories. So she'd rather stay in the condo. Right. So she segued over to the condo. And I said, Mr. Day, what are you going to do with this property? He's like, we're thinking about selling it. I said, the way I fix my retirement and take care of my family is buying properties. Mm-hmm. Do you mind if you tell me what it is you're looking to get from this property? Do you mind if you point to me and my family and I buy it? Mm-hmm. And he said, we would love for you to buy it. Wow. It keeps the property in the African-American community, and you've been good to us because I helped his daughter buy a property. Right. And sure enough, I gave him what he wanted. I got the house below market value, and I still have it. And right now, I'm up to 18 properties. Wow. And all of the properties, with the exception of one, have come from clients of mine. And they actually, you know how you get afraid to ask? Oh, yeah. Well, I had to get over that fear, right? Faith over fear. And clients they appreciate what we're doing. They appreciate the way we give back. And they say, no, we'd rather be a blessing to you. So that is truly how I built my portfolio.
Wow, that's incredible.
Thank you.
Very incredible. I'm touched. We will have more with Charles Holloway after these messages.
And welcome back to the Virginia High School 1600 meter state championship. As we get back to the action, we see Miles Monpoint is gaining on Antonio Boyd for the first place finish. Oh! Miles Monpoint just tripped Antonio Boyd.
But Trayvon is helping him up right now.
Trayvon is helping him up as Trayvon just sacrificed his third place finish to help out Antonio Boyd.
Yeah, that right there is kindness and excellent sportsmanship right there by Trayvon.
Are you okay?
I'm your host, Donovan Crowder, and today my guest is Charles Holloway. Mr. Holloway, I want to ask, what are the biggest challenges facing home buyers and sellers in Newport News, and how do you help them navigate these challenges?
I think the Bible teaches that our people perish for lack of knowledge. So I think one of the biggest problems is people don't have the knowledge to know that there's tools and resources for them to become a homeowner. You'll be surprised how many people have fear. And I believe in a realm of faith over fear, but I've learned that people don't like rejection. So for a person to humble themselves and say, hey, I want to buy a house, not knowing sometimes what their credit score is, whether they get approved for the amount they want, it makes them hurry up and wait, where they do nothing, right? And I got this quote that I say all the time. I've seen people aim for nothing and hit it with amazing accuracy all the time. So I think the greatest barrier is just getting people to believe in themselves and have faith that there is a better life out there for you, and why not do it? The second part for our sellers is just watching the news and all the chaos you hear. It stifles people to make a move. And one of the things I say about Newport News in particular is that we're home of the largest shipbuilding. We're a melting pot for all of the servicemen and women, and we have two of the most amazing hospitals with Riverside and then Centera in our sister neighborhood. We're very insulated, and real estate is hyper-local. Right. So where other areas like California and New York may see problems, we don't have that here in Hampton Roads. So I think, personally, it's always a good time to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. Give me a call. I'm your boy. I got you.
Yes, sir.
Shameless plug.
How do you balance being a business owner, mentor, and a community leader while maintaining your personal life?
I always believe there's no such thing as balance, if I'm being totally honest with you. Because I used to feel guilty when I was at work that I wasn't with my family, and when I'm with my family, I wasn't at work, right? So I had to stop being tough on myself and realize there really wasn't any balance. What I had to get skillful and master for that is I'm gonna be present where my feet is planted. So if I'm there, I'm thoroughly immersed.
Right.
Now I'll make commitments with my children and say, hey, this weekend is your weekend. So they know that at that weekend, all bets are off. Nobody gets dad time but us. So I'll leave my phone, cut it off, or what it'll do, it'll create a anticipation and a pandemonium like, look, we may not see dad as much as we would like for 3 or 4 days, but come Thursday through Sunday, that's our time, right? So I am truly present wherever my feet is planted. So if I'm at work, I'm full throttle. If I'm at home, full throttle. If I'm mentoring, that's where I'm at. But I owe it to the person who was in front of me to be fully present. Gotcha. So you have my undivided attention.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got it.
What is the key to creating long-lasting, thriving communities, and how do real estate contribute to that vision?
The key is we got to get back to love. We see so much hatred and so much noise and chaos, right. And we have to understand that the truth of the matter is we all bleed red, right? Whether black, blue, purple, rich, or poor. I think if we get back to love and it takes a village, and to love your fellow man as you would love yourself, I think the world will be a better place. So I think your generation is the generation where you guys, if nothing else, I've learned that you're passionate about what you're passionate about, and you're very loyal to a cause. Right. All that speaks to being loving. And I think sometimes us as adults have to take notes from the children. The Bible says in the last and final days, a child will lead them. So I believe you guys are going to be the generation that gets it right, where we're going to get back to dignity and humility. We're going to get back to loving each other and rallying around for a greater purpose, which in my estimation, that purpose would be to increase love and drive out hate. So that's my solution.
That's a great solution.
Thank you.
I hope for that too. What role does mentorship play in your career, and how do you maintain your personal life with that?
I think it's about developing a bench. If you look at any professional athlete team, the Golden State Warriors or my Lakers, right, for all these years and why we got so many championships, forget Boston, it's because they always understand the need to develop a bench. Right? There's always emerging leaders that are waiting and at the cusp of greatness, and they just need someone to help them hitch their wagon. So I believe mentorship is so paramount because you don't know what you don't know. But if I can come to you and say, hey, listen, I want to give you an unfair advantage. I want to show you all the mistakes that I made, at the same time simultaneously giving you the energy and the support and the love to push you to your greatness. That is what it's all about. Why I heard this misnomer where, oh, I had to get it out the mud and I want you to get it out the mud. No, I was reading an article the other day that the owner of Louis Vuitton just made his son the CEO of the organization. He didn't feel his son needed to get it out the mud. That was the reason why he was in the mud, to do the hard work so your kid wouldn't have to, right? So I believe mentorship is that same way. Why make someone inadvertently go down a harder path when you have the resources, the skill, and the will to want people to be better? Of course. And whether that's my child, somebody else's child, I truly believe, again, going back to that love, it takes a village. So I truly believe in mentorship. I wouldn't be here without it. I mean, I have some unbelievable mentors. And one of the things I say about mentorship is don't be shy. Right. To seek out that next level in someone you think is doing or aspiring to be what it is that you want to aspire to be. Because Charles Holloway is here because Bo McKeedy and Alan Johnson, these are guys that are just killing it in real estate. Took the time, and I got 3 real estate brothers. Shout out to Rod, Trey, you understand what I'm saying, and Rich. Our fellowship and our camaraderie, it just makes it crazy. And that is really what spearheaded my career, because the things that I wanted real estate wise wasn't here, or people didn't want to give it to me. Right. So I had to go out and get that mentorship. Sometimes you have to take ownership of what you want, and if it's not there, you go chase it. And one of the things I can say about anybody who's in a successful career, they love to see somebody who wants it as much as they do, and they're willing to teach.
Right.
When the student is ready to learn, the teacher will teach.
Of course.
Class is in session.
If you could give one piece of advice to someone looking to make a difference in the community, what would it be?
Close your eyes and do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, close your eyes, because there's going to be people that doubt you, ain't going to believe in you. There's going to be people that hate on you, all this stuff. But if you know what you're doing is purposeful, it's led from a good heart, you close your eyes. And when I say close your eyes, that's just saying, hey, God, this is between me and you. Whatever you have for me to do is what I'm going to do, even if I got to stand alone. But the truth of the matter, if God is with you, who cares if you with me?
Right.
If God is with me and he ordered that thing, I'm going to be great. You know, there was one thing about the great Deion Sanders, one thing he said, what do you smell? I ain't got no perfume. He said, that's confidence. And he said, wherever I go, I have a mindset of confidence and I walk in a room like I'm going to win. And that's the mindset I think all of us need to have, because there's truly been moments in my journey where people didn't believe me and I had to make a tough decision. I was right. You understand what I'm saying? Too very often that I'm wrong, but sometimes good leaders stand alone, and it takes for other people to be able to catch up.
Right.
Because what God gave you is for you, so everybody ain't gonna understand it, but you'll be vindicated and validated in due time. Just stay the course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. We would like to thank you, Charles Holloway,
Thank you.
for joining us today. I'm your host, Donovan Crowder, and we will see you next time for another edition of The Focus Show. Thank you.
My kids do this. They're gonna like when I do.